Hello everyone, my name is Abby Bliss White and welcome to my channel. Today we're gonna do a casual get ready with me. I'm basically gonna be doing my quick and easy summer makeup look. I recently went into Bluemercury and the makeup artist there put on this magical complexion combo that I have to share with you. This truly is a magical combo from Jane Iredale. I call this the magic green stuff. I cannot wait to tell you all about it, but we're gonna be putting this magical combo on my skin today. And then I just pulled out what I've been using lately for sort of a quick and easy kind of youthful radiant summer look. So if you're interested in seeing how I created this sort of easy everyday summer look, then let's go ahead and get started. Okay, we are gonna put some makeup on this face, and I've got a couple fun things that we're gonna be using today. I am definitely in the easy summer makeup mode, and I have a couple fun things we're gonna use today. The first one is the U Beauty. This is their mineral sunscreen. This is the Multimodal Invisible. I have been wanting to give this sunscreen a try. I'm a fan of the brand and I have been using the Super Hydrator as my moisturizer for the summer, and I wanted to try this new version of their sunscreen because I had the one in the jar that they had launched a couple years back, I believe, but I heard this one was incredible. Ooh, and had kind of like a little lighter texture already, I have to tell you. Loving the texture of this. Ooh, okay, it feels like silky, that's what I will tell you. So we are going to put this on my skin. Very silky, almost as it's drying down. It has this almost like velvety powderiness. Like it feels like a serum. That's what it feels like. Taking this here. It is just gliding on like butter. Like I don't know if you can see this, but like it's slicking on as if I've taken a little stick of butter and it's just like gliding right into my skin here. I am absolutely loving the feel of this. Now this is first impressions. This is just something that I had been wanting to try. I'd also been asked if I was going to try it, so we're trying it today, and what I will tell you is it actually feels more like a serum on my face. Like it is so buttery, like silky, and I'm gonna give that a minute to kind of sink into the skin, but it just feels sort of velvety as it is drying down into my skin. Okay, let me give you a little information. So this is a mineral sunscreen. It has an SPF of 25. It is $98. This is an SPF primer hybrid for multiplex benefits, all in an ultra lightweight formula. This mineral-based shield features non-nano zinc oxide for a broad spectrum SPF filter. It also acts as an airbrush effect primer. It's supposed to help promote a radiant, even looking complexion. Now I had a jar of the Multimodal SPF, the one in a jar, and I will tell you that one was like very kind of thick, and I also felt like it sort of rolled on my skin, if that makes sense. Like it didn't play super well with makeup, but this one, I have to tell you, it just feels like silk. Like it definitely feels like a primer. I don't know if you can see on camera, but like it literally did kind of just even out my skin. Like it just feels like it is gonna play beautifully with makeup. And speaking of primers, as many of you know, I'm not like a primer girl. You don't often see me using primers before makeup, but I was at Bluemercury and I have a little makeup artist friend that works there, and she's like, I have got to try this combo on you. She's like, it is incredible for more mature skin. This is from Iredale, and she put this green stuff on my face just alone, and I almost was like, oh my gosh, I only need this. This is like crazy. It actually has a name. She was like, I kept on calling it like the green stuff. I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to take a bottle of the green stuff. And it's actually called the HydroPure Color Correcting Serum with Hyaluronic Acid and CoQ10. This is an ultra hydrating color correcting serum that uses a sheer green tint to visually neutralize redness while helping to soothe the skin and combat redness causing dryness. Now, she put this on my entire face and I was completely blown away, but what I want to do is I'm going to put it on one side of my face and then we'll put it on the other. But literally this stuff is magic in a bottle. Like, that's what I was like, whoa, what is this? So basically it is little like hyaluronic beads, like the little green pigmentation is housed in that, and then you kind of break up the green stuff. And she just brushed this all over my face, and I was like, whatever this is, I literally could wear this with just concealer because it evened out my skin so much. Now, I do tend to have like a little rosy overtone on my skin, and I'm not someone that necessarily feels like I have a lot of ton of redness in my skin that I have to color correct all the time, but she just kind of put this on and it really just like looked like magic on my skin. I was sort of like, I'm just gonna put like a little concealer on where I need it and just wear this color corrector because I just felt like it evened out my skin so well. Okay, let's see if you can tell the difference. I have half of my face with that HydroPure color correcting serum here. And literally it just kind of gave me an airbrushed look. And then here is the other side without it. So I do have some little redness under here, a little bit of darkness underneath my eyes. So we're gonna use one more pump, but I just kind of wanted to show you half my face here with it, and then the other half without it. I love this stuff. I was like sold on it once she put this on my face. I was like, okay, whatever this magic green stuff is, give it to me. I'm gonna definitely buy this. And she did put this on with a brush, and it just is gonna kind of break up the little tint, that green tint, and I'm gonna put it all over my eyes here, everywhere. And let's counteract the redness on this side. Okay, now I have it on both sides of my face. I'm truly hoping that you can see this on camera because as this dries down, number one, it feels like very like plumping, and kind of like my favorite like Chanel, the Water Fresh tint. I love anything that's kind of housed in these little hydrating bubbles here, but it really does just kind of mesh in. The color's gonna come back into my skin. Like, don't worry if it looked a little pale and green. It just sort of takes away the redness. And then she put on, and then she put on the new Iredale. This is the Skintuition, and this has an SPF of 30. And as I said, with any makeup that has sunscreen in it. I'm just going to count that as bonus. I'm always going to put on sunscreen as my last step in my makeup, but in the summertime, I really do love having a little extra SPF in my makeup. And she was amazing because she really spent the time going through and matching me. Like, we tried on several because this comes in 21 shades, and we landed on shade number 34, that is light medium. And here is what it looks like. I know it kind of looks a teeny bit dark when you first put this out, but as this settled into my skin, it just blended in perfectly. So I'm just going to kind of show you right up here. This is number 34, and this combination was so magical. The Skintuition SPF 30 Radiance Boosting Liquid Foundation is a medium buildable liquid foundation with physical SPF 30 sun protection that naturally perfects for a healthy skin-like finish. The shade 34 is described as light medium with cool pink undertones. This radiant finish leaves dull skin looking bright and healthy. It blurs and smooths the appearance of lines and texture. You can apply it with fingertips or your favorite brush. This contains zinc oxide that's going to protect your skin by reflecting harmful UV rays. It also has hyaluronic acid that's going to retain moisture. It includes a superfood complex that's going to draw moisture to the skin for a plump appearance. This is great for all skin types, but especially for dry and aging skin. This is recommended by the Skin Cancer Foundation as an effective daily broad spectrum SPF. Okay, I've just kind of fallen in love with this magical combo. What I will tell you is I have been wearing that pretty much nonstop since I picked it up, just because it wears so beautifully. I love the bonus SPF, but this really does mesh in with your skin. It makes it look really radiant, like it does give you a little radiant glow, but by the end of the day, my skin actually looked better than it did like right now. But yes, I think it probably is the combination of the magical green stuff, this primer that is like counteracting any redness in the skin, and then this is just gorgeous. So I will have to say I've worn them together. I haven't quite tried this on its own. I've only been using the little magic combo because it works so well. Okay, now we're going to put some color back in my face, and I'm going to be using the new cheek Gelee. This one is in Thrill, and this is a rich terracotta color. I just think it is gorgeous. It is really, really pretty. And let me kind of blend that out for you. It is so pretty on the cheeks. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of dot this on. I love these. And what I like is that they are sheer, but you can build them up. And I think terracotta is just such a good summer color because it almost looks like I'm getting a little bit of natural sun on the skin here. So I am just using terracotta, and then I'm going to build it up. Okay, so that's Thrill on its own, just giving me a little life back to the skin. And then I'm going to use Euphoric, and I love this because it is a peachy pink color. And the other one, the one in Delight from CHANTECAILLE, that one felt more like a highlighter on the skin versus a blush, and I just kind of want to have a little bit of a blush action. This is such a good color. It's just like a little pop of this perfect peach and pink, and putting it right here, right on the apples, and then I'm going to put it a little higher up. And I've just been using a combination of the terracotta and the kind of vibrant peachy pink to create a little bit more of a youthful look. I'm going to put a little bit across the bridge of my nose. I've kind of just been taking whatever's on the brush between those two, putting it on my eyes because I've been doing very simple eye looks, especially for the summer. So kind of dabbing that in. I'm actually going to put a little bit of that up in my hairline. Okay, we got a little radiant glow going on, and then I fell back in love with my CHANTECAILLE Sylvie. This is the perfect one and done eyeshadow for the summer. I used it the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, I need to pull this out again. This is the perfect soft brown color. A lot of times I just put in, use my bronzer as eyeshadow, but Sylvie is just so forgiving on my more mature eyes. It gives it a little definition. I just literally love, love, love it so much. And it is so easy and seamless on the eyes. Okay, just a little wash of that soft brown on my eyes, and then I go in with my favorite combo here. These are the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal eyeliners. I have been coming in with the shade Copper. And then, of course, I love my Navy Noir. Navy eyeliner on my particular eye shade tends to make them pop a little bit. So I like to use Copper on the upper lash line, rub a little bit of it on the bottom, and then I like to tight line with the blue. And that has been my go-to summer look here. I'm noticing my nail is chipped, so I apologize. So I just place some of that pretty copper near the lash line, and then I come in with that sponge and take whatever's left on that bottom brush, and I just bring a little bit of that down underneath my lash line. Okay, if you just wanted sort of a copper eye, you could totally leave it just like that. I personally like a little pop of blue on my eyes, so I am going to wiggle through that upper lash line there. Don't worry, I will blend that out. And don't worry if these seem like a little messy. That's why I like them. They're not precise makeup. This is sort of lived-in makeup look. And I just love the Satin Kajals because they're super creamy. But once they set, they're going to stay in place. But you will have a little bit of time to play. Get them where you want it. But I've just been using that Copper and that Navy Noir, kind of my go-to eye. And then I'm going to pop on some mascara real quick. I'm using the Swede Cloud Mascara, and I have this one in the dark brown shade. So for summer, I have been leaning in to using brown mascara, just a little bit softer, and I'm just going for this kind of soft, radiant look today. Okay, real simple, quick eye. That's just been my go-to. Then I'm going to bronze up just a bit. Yep, I'm still absolutely loving my Farrah Home D bronzer, and I've been doing a little combo where I just put a little bit of her bronzer all over, and it's just really kind of gives me a little bit of color. It's not too much. It just gives me a little luminosity on the skin. And then what I have been doing is actually using, I'm kind of obsessed with this Prada glowing highlight powder, but I'm actually using it like a setting powder, not just a highlighter. So what I will do is take a big fluffy brush. I will either use like my La Mer. Today I'm using my Rowan brush here. And what I'll do is I'll just dip a little bit of that into my Farrah, and then I dip into the glow powder right here, and I'm in the shade 2. And then what I do is I just kind of brush this all over and I set my face with a little bit of that Prada and a little bit of the Farah. So it just kind of gives me this really pretty natural glow on the skin, but it will set everything as well. And then I'm gonna pop on my little Victoria Beckham Posh Balm in Cannelle. I love the Posh Balm. So it is basically a glossy balm, and this is described as a tan apricot color. And I really love this shade because it's not too brown. It's giving just a little bit of color and life to my skin. Kind of a great nude. Okay, I'm gonna zhuzh the hair up. I also wanted to mention that I just picked up this Amika thermal brush because I am not good at curling my hair or basically fixing my hair much, but I've kind of fallen in love with this guy. So this one is not a hair dryer that, you know, dries your hair. This is actually like a thermal brush. So it's just a really great way to kind of give your hair some volume. It's almost like it's perfect for a blowout. I'm still learning to use it, but I've really been liking the way that it just makes my hair sort of shiny and it just smooths everything out. When I use a flat iron, it tends to go too flat. And then when I use a curling iron, I'm just not the most adept at that. And I feel like I get some kind of weird kinks. I know practice makes perfect, but I saw this on Instagram and I literally had to go to Sephora and buy it that same day because I was like, I think this might be the ticket. So I have been loving that, and also the wow, this is the Mystical Shine Spray. So I have been doing like that and then kind of going through and putting a little bit of this shine spray, and it really does make your hair shiny. Let me see if I can get it so you can see right here. But it's like such a good little spray for that, and it does make your hair shiny. So I'm hoping you can see that. Let's just do a little over here, and we'll put just a little shine spray here. And then of course we're gonna end with fragrance of the day. And I am in a summer happy mood. And I have pulled out my Dries Van Noten. This is the Jardin L'Orangerie. Oh my gosh, if you want to smell like a beautiful little princess, you love orange blossom perfumes, you enjoy florals with maybe a little touch of tropicalness in it, you are gonna love this one. This one just puts a smile on my face. It is such a beautiful, pretty scent. Like, I love this one. It's got a touch of jasmine in here. It's got ylang ylang. It's got some creamy sandalwood in here. It is just such a happy fragrance. I just can't seem to get enough of it. I love, love, love it. And speaking of scents, I am so excited because I am flying down to LA to help my daughter move into her new apartment. And my son is coming from New York. He's gonna meet us in LA. So I get to have a fun weekend with my kiddos as they become adults. As many of you may know, it is harder and harder to get together. So this just all came together and I'm like a little bit excited about it. I am going to be popping into Scent Bar in LA. My son needs a new cologne, and of course my daughter wants a new scent as well. So I want to know, what do I need to get my nose on? I'm hoping that maybe Dana and Steve are going to be in the store. We shall see. I don't know if they're going to be working this coming weekend or not. But for all of my little fellow perfume frag heads, let me know what I need to get my nose on. Oftentimes when I go in there, I get overwhelmed because there's so many amazing perfumes. So I just would love love to narrow it down. So let me know down below in the comments what you've been loving lately, what scents I need to get my nose on. I am just a wee bit excited to go see my kids. We're gonna have just a quick little fun weekend in LA. So basically you're helping me pack right now. These are the makeup items that I'm gonna be taking with me, my easy kind of summer go-to look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will be back with another one soon.